Back with us again is our 55th elected mayor of Kansas City, Missouri, Mayor Quinton Lucas. Mayor Lucas, later today, Kansas lawmakers are set to discuss a stadium proposal with a special announcement expected from Governor Kelly. Now, if the rumors are true and the Chiefs and the Royals ultimately move their stadiums to Kansas, how would you personally view your tenure as mayor of Kansas City, Missouri? And what would you say to Kansas Cityans who would see that as a major loss for the city?
I think I'll go backwards on those questions. I think it would be a major loss for the city. That's why Kansas City, working with Jackson County and the state of Missouri, put forward a proposal north of $1.5 billion to the Kansas City Chiefs to remain at Arrowhead Stadium. It's a legacy stadium. It's an important facility, and that is a lot of taxpayer money that obviously could go to other sources. If it turns out that Kansas is providing even more taxpayer money to it, I think that we would say that we put forward a very responsible proposal, one that the taxpayers likely could stand for, but one that didn't break the bank and steal from a lot of the other important resources that we have. I have found this to be a long, interesting, frustrating, and winding conversation. But as it is, the Chiefs are not a tenant of Kansas City. They are Jackson County. We have tried our best as Kansas City to try to make sure we're part of what the negotiations could be, added resources, added funds, but the city of Kansas City taxpayer can't go against necessarily the entire state of Kansas and some of the full resources they've had. So proud of a lot of what we've done, right? We're building more houses for people. We're bringing more jobs, population's up. Crime is finally down. That was what I was hired to do. It wasn't just to hire to give away billions of dollars to team owners. We're going to continue to negotiate to the extent we can, but I think that we're proud of the proposal we put forward, and we hope that common sense, legacy, history, and tradition at Arrowhead Stadium can prevail. But I know long term it's going to be a billionaire's business decision.
Mayor Q, as Kansas City closes out 2025 and we all look ahead to 2026, what's a change or maybe an improvement residents will actually feel in their everyday lives and not just hear about it, but really truly experience?
For Kansas City employees, and I know that's not everybody, we're seeing strong pay raises for the people who are our firefighters or the people who are picking up our trash. I think that's going to be a very positive change. We have finished deploying our recycling and trash bin program, delivering more than 362,000 of those containers to Kansas City residents over recent years. And so very proud of that. And then I think another tangible that a whole bunch of people are going to feel is more housing in every part of the city. At the end of 2025, I'm happy with where Kansas City is. Crime is down. Population is up. We have more jobs. Our revenues, contrary to what you've heard, are strong. And so while we have a lot of things we need to make sure we take care of, Kansas City is taking care of the business that you want us to each and every day.
Still joined with our 55th elected mayor of Kansas City, Missouri, Mayor Quinton Lucas. And I kind of am going to piggyback off of Deanna's question a little bit, because as we head into 2026, this past year has been eventful in Kansas City, to say the least. Between the sideshows, the streetcars, crime, going up and down. You got businesses that's been on your head this entire year. Mayor Lucas, there's been some progress and some real challenges. But from the perspective of everyday Kansas Cityans, what are your top priorities going into 2026 and the year ahead? And what are the things about this city you believe most urgently need to change?
I think the first thing that a lot of people have issues with is making sure that we do all we can to help lift up our schools. And so as you talk about some of these tax breaks that are being discussed, and I get flack for businesses relocating and moving, part of how you actually could get them to stay is giving away all the money. But you do that, you cut our kids out of it. And so we're trying to make sure that we actually do more we can to support our public schools in Kansas City, to support our teachers in Kansas City. That's an important part of it. The other thing I want to make sure we do is actually in the healthcare arena as well. Our nurses do important work. We had a maternity ward at Research Hospital closed this past year. That is troubling. We need to do all we can to make sure there is access to care in every community of Kansas City, particularly on our east side. So look, people going to make money next year. They do every year in Kansas City. The World Cup's going to be fantastic. We're going to have positive announcements to make as well. The sports teams are going to do what the sports teams will do, but we'll negotiate hard with them. But for me, the priority is making life better for everyday Kansas Cityans. I think that's something we've done over my past 7 years. Look forward to doing it next year.
Mayor Lucas, we appreciate your time.
Yes.
Thank you for always joining us Monday mornings. We looking forward to talking to you again in 2026. Have a blessed one, man.
All right, y'all. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, and fingers crossed about these Chiefs, y'all.
Yes, sir. Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.